all-star in return.
How are you guys feeling about Ben Simmons? Is anyone still trying to bring Ben Simmons to this team? I don't really know how I feel about Ben Simmons at this point. They just released it today that after getting fined for missing the last game, Ben Simmons has finally met with the mental health expert of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Funny what happens when you get fined, right?
What's going to happen there, man? I feel for Ben because he was obviously the scapegoat of that team last year, which there usually has to be one, unfortunately. But he needs to just set everything aside and do his job as a professional and keep playing. It's tough, man. It's tough. When you're a multimillionaire and everyone's been telling you that you're the best thing ever for your whole life, it kind of goes to your head.
Yeah, it does. I just can't get over the fact that Philadelphia, the organization, still wants him to commit and be on the court for them. I mean, over the past 2 to 3 months, everything that guy has done, whether it's walk around in practice with a cell phone in his pocket during defensive drills, or saying you're not going to accept mental help from the team doctors until you get fined by the team for doing so. All the comments that he's said personally, like I just, I think about what would happen if he actually stepped on the floor for a Philadelphia home game in like next week.
Oh, he's not playing home games.
He would be treated worse by his home crowd than any other player maybe in professional sports history. And you think a guy who has a fragile mental state is going to handle that well? Like, I just don't. What is Philadelphia doing? Why do they want him so on this team so bad?
And Philadelphia has the best record in the East at 8-3. What does that say about Ben Simmons?
Wild to me. I get it. He is a really, really talented player. And maybe you still think that he's the missing piece or whatever, but man, it just seems like this situation is fractured beyond repair, and it would actually do the Sixers worse if they convinced him to play for them again.
Yeah, Charlie, I agree with you. These new rules is going to be difficult. It's going to make it hard on Ben Simmons getting to the basket, not getting any calls. But
do you want Ben Simmons at the free throw line anyway? Like, you'd almost rather them not call a foul on him.
So the question I have for you, Kyle, is the better the Sixers do with Ben sitting, what does that mean for Ben Simmons? Does that mean that they're lowering the asking price because they're like, hey, we have a chance to do pretty well this year, and Ben is not affecting the win percentage on this team? Do we cut our losses and just let him go for another piece? Because we don't need another star on this team. We don't need another all-star. We just need somebody that's going to help contribute.
In my opinion, every day that Ben Simmons is not at the facility, whether it's practice or playing in games, his trade value is being lowered. Because the last time we saw him play didn't end very well.
Did not end well at all.
And then literally everything he has done since then has had a negative connotation behind it. So the only way, in my opinion, that he raises his trade value is if he has a complete 180 on everything that he's already done. He decides, okay, I am going to accept the help, the help from the doctors. I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to show up to practice. I'm not going to have my cell phone in my pants. I'm going to actually sweat during practice. And then I'm going to get out there on the court. And he doesn't just have to get out there on the court. He's got to get out there on the court and play like an all-star right away.
Yep.
That's the only way, in my opinion, that another team is going to look at him and be like, okay, we were interested in Ben Simmons because he's Ben Simmons, but now we're really interested because he's showing he's actually playing. I think that scenario is damn near impossible right now.
What's up, Kristen? Welcome to Royal Rebounds TV. I'm glad you subscribed. We love to talk about the Kings. Hope you're a big Kings fan. make sure you hit that like button. So do you feel if Ben Simmons, I mean, there's multiple ways he can handle this situation, but if he just says like, oh, no, sorry, I was just bullshitting, I'm totally good mentally.
Yeah,
I
that
just
looks terrible too.
didn't want to be on the team.
We all, well,
Is that better?
I'm running down a road I don't need to go again.
Is that better for him? Or is it better saying, you're right, I have some mental problems, let me get the help that I need, and I will be back when I'm ready? Like, what is the best way for him to handle this situation at this point?
The best way for him to handle this situation is to try to do everything that the Sixers want him to do. I mean, how could it not be? You've done everything that you have humanly thought possible that would get yourself traded, and you haven't been traded at this point. Teams have offered deals for you. They've denied every single one of them. He just has to accept the fact that his only way back to the court right now is with Philadelphia. That's the only way back right now.
Yep.
And I'm really not sure that that's what he's going to do.